The question that everybody's asking, why is the camera moving forward and back even though it's set on a tripod? And why is that thing flying across the screen shimmying a little bit and then leaving? And then why am I slowly disappearing? Well, that is all keyframes, baby, and today I'm going to teach you how to use them and what they are in Final Cut Pro. I'm going to give you some real examples so that by the end of this video, you can edit like a pro and add tons of value to your videos. When I first started getting into videography, I was so confused by keyframes and I thought there weren't many good tutorials out there. So I'm going to try and make this super easy to understand. Keyframes are essentially instructions that you give Final Cut Pro to animate something over time. So to understand them better, think of the timeline on a micro level, going frame by frame. You're able to customize what each frame shows on screen, broken down into each frame. So you're essentially choosing the composition of your video frame by frame. For example, if you want to zoom in, you're giving the instruction to Final Cut Pro to start at a point, and then you tell it where to end, and then it's going to animate that in between. And all of this is done in post, which is really nice because now you don't have to physically move the camera. It makes being a solo creator so much easier. I think it would be best to hop into Final Cut Pro so I can actually show you true applications. If you look in the inspector window, you see that there's a little diamond icon next to each setting. To set your first keyframe, go to the part of the video you want to start the animation and add a keyframe by pushing on that diamond icon. Then go to another frame and change the setting and it'll automatically add the keyframe. And that's basically it, but let's dive into a couple examples so you can really see how it works. I'm going to give you 4 real examples that I use in my videos to really show you how keyframes work. The first one is a camera shake. This is a good one to look at because it involves adding a lot of keyframes, and I think it'll help show you what you can do with them. I like to use these in transitions. So what you're going to do is add some camera shake at the end of a clip, and then add camera shake at the beginning of the next clip so it seamlessly transitions from one clip to the other. Go 5 frames from the end of the first clip and add a keyframe to the position and the scale. Then go to the next frame and change both the position and the scale, and do this process until the end of the first clip. Then go to the beginning of the next clip, add the same keyframes, and repeat the process but in reverse. So the first keyframe of the second clip will have the same position and scale as the end of the first clip. Then work backwards so that the last keyframe is the original position and scale. The next one is the zoom in or zoom out. And this is something that I use in almost all of my videos, so pay attention. Go to the beginning of your clip and set a keyframe on the position and scale. Then go to the end of the clip and increase the scale and adjust the position to where you'd like it. And just like that, you have a nice zoom in. And if you want to zoom out, just do the same thing, but in reverse. Doing this is so nice, especially for talking head videos to make it a little bit more interesting, but I really like doing it in product videos because if you have a point of emphasis, you can zoom in on the product. So if you're a solo creator, you can do all of it in post. The next application is moving things on or off the screen. Add whatever object you want in your video and position it out of frame. Set a keyframe for the position at the beginning. Then go to the frame you want the animation to finish at and change its position. And like magic, it'll fly across the screen and end up where you placed it. The last one is fading in or out opacity. This one is great for certain transitions or even just silly clips making yourself disappear. Set a keyframe on the opacity at the beginning of the clip, and then where you want to vanish, bring that down to 0%. And just like that, you disappear quicker than chocolate chip cookies in my kitchen. Freaking love chocolate chip cookies. There are tons of other ways to use keyframes in editing. These are just some of the basic ones to get you started. And if you want some more advanced tutorials, definitely let me know and I can do that for you as well. All right, so if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like, subscribe if this helped, so that way I can go tell my wife that I didn't make this video for nothing. All right, go out there, go do some keyframing stuff, and yeah, okay, bye.